Mukherjee, a quite essential politician who rose to become the President of India after a remarkable political career spanning 5 decades, passing away Monday. A conservative politician and a self styled constitutional purist with unmatched experience in government and the fine art of statecraft, Mukherjee has never a mass leader but had commanded the unrivaled respect and administration of his peer across the political drive. An erudite and austere politician, 84 years old Mukherjee, founded called Pranav Da by his colleagues, was known for his finest intellect, sharp memory, and short tempered. Admitted to the Army's Research and Referral Hospital on 10th of August, Mukherjee underwent a critical brain surgery to remove a clot which he suffered from a fall at his home a day before. He developed a lung infection as well and slipped into a coma. His condition worsened after Monday morning. Mukherjee, who was India's 13th president, was witness to and was a part of fascinating transformation of Indian politics over the last 5 decades. From the Congress unipolar hegemony days like Indira Gandhi as a prime minister in late 1960s to its downfall after emergency in the next decade and an unstable coalition era of 90s. The stable UPA era before 2004 to 2014 to BJP's unbelievable ascent since then. Mukherjee had an amazing rise in politics and ended his political career too on a glorious note with a stint at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. But he could never become the Prime Minister, an ambition perhaps he secretly nursed. Although he came close to more than one occasion, always a staunch believer in secular values. Pranoda always remained the number two in the government and often played a role of a troubleshooter for the party and the government, inside and outside the parliament, and bearing once the pragmatic Mukherjee never rebelled and always showed grace and restraint despite decision not going into his favor. In former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's word, he has every reason to feel a grievance that he was better qualified than I was to become the Prime Minister in 2004, but he also knew that I had no choice in the matter. He had every reason to believe that he should be the Prime Minister. That didn't happen, but that didn't affect our relationship, and that relationship of thick and abiding friendship will last as long as we both are living. Mukherjee came to the national political scene in 1969, having been elected as a Rajya Sabha member from the Bangla Congress, a breakaway fraction of the Congress. The year was tumulating to the Congress too, as it suffered a vertical split, with the syndicate expelling Indira from the party. He caught her attention with a parliament speech on bankless nationalization. Just 3 years later, in 1973, he was appointed as a junior minister after the Bangla Congress merged with the Congress. He became a protege of Indira Gandhi and became her number two in the cabinet when he became her finance minister in 82 but fell out of favor with her son Rajiv Gandhi, who expelled him from the party and managed to enjoy a comfortable working relationship with Sonia Gandhi a year later. He was an insider in Congress politics, but not a self proclaimed family loyalist, unlike many others in the grand old party. In the muddled Congress politics, Mukherjee played significant role in many key decisions, taking on monument occasions. Be in installation of Rajiv Gandhi as the Prime Minister after Indira's assassination in 84 or the removal of Sitaram Kesri as Congress President in 98 to make way for Sonia. It was Mukherjee who had drafted the clever word resolution which was passed by CWC on March 14, 1998 out of Kesri. The resolution thanking Kesri for his services and invoking Clause J of Article 19 of the Congress Constitution was also read out by Mukherjee. That Mukherjee had aspired to become the interim prime minister after Indira's assassination, and his claim had upset Rajiv as one of Lieutenant Delhi's favorite political tales. Mukherjee is outside from the Rajiv cabinet in December 1984 and his repatriation to Kolkata as the state congress president a year later only lent credit to it. Mukherjee one and only show of rebellion came a year later when he left the Congress and floated a regional outfit, Rashtriya Samajwadi Congress. He returned a couple of years later. He was deputy chairman of the Planning Commission during the P.V. Narasimha Rao era, but it is often said, largely based on circumstantial evidence, that Sonia never trusted him fully after his return. While it was not clear whether Mukherjee aspired for the PM's post in 84, thoughts of becoming the Prime Minister crossed his mind in 2012. Mukherjee, in his political memoir, recalled Sonia as having told him on June 2, 2012, that he was most eminent suited for the high office of the president. But he should not forget the crucial role he was playing in the functional of UPA government. In fact, Gandhi asked him to suggest an alternative name as a UPA's presidential nominee. The meeting ended and he returned with a vague impression that she might wish to consider Manmohan Singh as a UPA presidential nominee. He thought that if she selects Singh for the presidential office, she may choose me as a prime minister. I had heard a rumor that she had give this formulation serious, though while on a holiday in Kosambi Hills, Mukherjee had said this in his book. For Mukherjee, as one of the main pillars of the UPA government, he held a portfolio of external affairs as well as the finance during 10-year UPA rule, and he was often the only choice the Congress leadership had when it came to heading a group of ministers tasked with resolving a vexed issue, while Prime Minister Manmohan Singh got all the accolades of clinching the Indo-US nuclear deal. It was Mukherjee who engaged with the unpredictable and intractable left party and burned much midnight oil to facilitate the smooth passage for the bill. But Mukherjee's name was suggested for the post of president by the name of the same leaders in 2007, as well as Sonia told him that it would be difficult for her to spare him since he was a strong pillar of the party. in the government and in the parliament. Thank you for such a great time with such an honor and respect. We thank Pranab Mukherjee for giving so much precious time to our India in constitution as well as in Congress constitution. Thank you for listening and watching our videos. Hope you have subscribed. If not, please subscribe it.